Bonitas, bonitas. There is a new foundation in town. Benefit Cosmetics just launched their The Professional Foundation. So we all know the iconic viral Poreless Professional primer, but now they have a foundation. So I'm very intrigued. You guys know I love to do a good wear test and review. So vamos a ver how this works on this complexion. Now, if you are a repeated viewer of my videos, you know that I have oily skin, but if you're new, I have oily skin. I have rosacea in texture, so this is supposed to do a great job of just blurring and smoothing the skin. And there are 40 shades of this. So vamos a empezar. Let's see how this does on esta carita. Okay, so I already went ahead and prepped and moisturized my face. Lately, I've been obsessed with the Dezi skincare. I've been using the moisturizer, the Agua Fresca, and the face oil, and just creating like a little concoction and putting that all over my face. I love a good glowy like starting point for me. Sorry, I had a little bit of a sweat mustache right here. But I love a good, nice, glowy starting point. Even though I have oily skin, I just want foundation makeup to sit really well on the skin, and I find that this combination for my skincare is so good. Obviously I go in with my sunscreen as well, but this is what we're starting with. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do, per usual, do one side with a damp sponge and the other side with a brush. I'm gonna read a little bit about this foundation, and I do want to point out, bonitas, when I purchased it at Ulta, I was shocked. This foundation is like $47, $48. I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on. The last time I checked, a foundation was like $38. So I don't know what's going on, but I was like, that is pricey. But para ustedes, I will do this review and I'll purchase the foundation. So to start, it says to shake well and apply evenly over the face with a brush or a damp sponge. Build and blend as desired. This is supposed to be visibly smoothing and minimizing the look of pores thanks to the skin-loving ingredients, including niacinamide and rose hip extract. It's a medium buildable coverage. It's a natural matte finish, which I love as somebody that has oily skin. It's 24-hour wear, which, okay. And it's also all-day pore blurring, not comedogenic, waterproof, and transfer proof. Feels weightless and looks seamless. So let's go ahead and see what this is about. I love pink packaging. I'm such a pink girl, so we're gonna see. Now, this shade is the shade 22 Outstanding Medium Neutral. I've been having some issues with medium neutral foundations. They pull too warm, so I'm hoping this will be a perfect match. Now, I did go ahead and pick this up in store, so I did kind of swatch some of the shades, and this one looked like it would be best suited for me. So this is what we're starting with. And we're gonna go ahead and see. So I'm gonna do this side first. And on this side, we're going to be using a sponge. It smells like foundation, but it gives me like that paint smell. So I'm gonna go ahead and just apply this all over with a damp sponge. Definitely does look buildable. It doesn't look full coverage and intense right away. So I'm just gonna go ahead and build that up. Color doesn't look bad as of right now, but I definitely do want to see if this is going to oxidize. But this is what I am noticing right off the bat. Definitely does give a pretty nice finish. Skin-like to me. I'm gonna pump a little bit more foundation out because I want a little bit more coverage. Do you see the difference? It does a good job of covering, but I just want a little bit more. I want to see how this builds up. Now, this consistency isn't thick and heavy. It's a very lightweight consistency. So that's nice because I feel like a lot of times the soft matte foundations can be a little bit hit or miss with whether they are, you know, more full coverage or more heavy, but this very, very, very good weightless feel. It looks pretty. I feel like the more I build it, the more I'm like, ooh. Definitely is a very customizable foundation. You can build it up, or you can go ahead and just leave it with one layer and it looks very healthy and skin-like. It's not a foundation that right off the bat you look like super cakey and intense and full coverage. Okay, so this is first impressions. There is warmth to this foundation. I don't think it's completely neutral. Like, one of my favorite neutral foundations that I feel like is truly neutral is the Anastasia Beverly Hills one. This one I feel like pulls a little warm, not as warm as some of the other foundations that I have tried recently that claim to be neutral, and they are super warm and orange. This one does have some warmth, but as of right now, it's not too intense, so that's good. But we shall see, because things can oxidize. So this is one side with a sponge. You can see that. Definitely gives beautiful coverage, skin like finish. I'm excited to see how it's gonna dry, if it's gonna dry down to a nice, soft, matte type of vibe. But that's what we're looking like. Without, with. Definitely did a beautiful job of covering the redness. Okay, now we're going to move on to the side with our brush. So we are going to be taking the brush. I'm gonna pump out some product, and I am going to be going in like so. And I wanna see how this does. Ooh, okay. Coverage with a brush is definitely more fuller. So I would say if you're somebody that wants more coverage, definitely go in with a brush from the get-go, because this coverage looks way more full than having to build it up on this side. Now, mind you, I did work with a damp sponge as well, but if you want coverage, go in with a brush and you will get that coverage. Yeah, much fuller. And I have to say, I like the color. So far, so good. Okay, I think I like it better application-wise for me and my needs, especially since I have things that I like to cover, like the redness. I really like a brush. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly take a sponge and blend, blend, blend. Sorry, I had to go in there with the sponge because there's certain areas where I like to take a little bit of a sponge to further blend things out, but overall the coverage quicker definitely with a brush. So I would say, again, if you want more natural results, go in with a sponge. If you want more full coverage, go in with a brush. You can see how the side with the sponge is starting to set. It looks really nice. What we're looking like. Very skin-like, not heavy, which is good. And the color isn't bad. I think I did mention there are 40 shades of this, so there is a good shade range. I purchased, like I said, mine at Ulta, but I'm pretty sure they also have it at Sephora. I'll have it all linked down below so that you bonitas can check it out. But I would recommend, if you are looking to get this foundation, if you are around my complexion, I think this could work. It's still too early to tell, so just keep watching. But I always say when there's really good shade ranges, which this one's good, always try to go in store if you can, so you can swatch things and see what will fit best, because sometimes some shades can be a little similar, but the undertones can throw you off and it could be something completely different. So that's kind of what I'm getting right now. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the rest of my makeup, but just first impressions, it looks very healthy. I'm starting to definitely see it set to that soft matte finish, which I appreciate, because like I said, I've been hydrating a lot because I just like a hydrated look to my skin. And I feel like even with the hydration, I'm starting to see it look really nice and just become one with the skin in a very healthy way. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, but right now it is 7:55 in the morning. We're getting an early start. I am going to finish this up and then I'll come back once all the makeup's on and I'm ready to start the day, and I'll give you guys my first initial thoughts of everything, and then we can begin this wear test because I'm very excited how this is going to do for the entire day. Now, I'm not gonna be wearing this for 24 hours because that's not good for my skin, but what I will do is give you a good long day's worth of wear so we can go ahead and develop some thoughts. And let me bonitas know if this is worth your $47 or $48, because that is not cheap. So keep watching. Okay, bonitas, I am back. I finished my entire face of makeup. Right now it is 8:21 in the morning. And this is what the makeup looks like after applying everything on. I went ahead with a little bit of bronzer, a little bit of blush, some concealer. We didn't go ahead and set the foundation. The only area I set was the concealer because I crease and I use very little powder, but this is what the foundation looks like once it has set on my oily skin, just on its own without the help of any powder. Now, I definitely do think it's more for me as a natural skin type of finish. I don't think it's like a matte finish. It does claim to be like a soft matte finish, which I could see a little bit, but I think it's more like skin-like. So what I do want to go ahead and do, and I think I'm just going to do on one side. No. You know what? I'm going to take my powder puff and I'm just going to set the foundation, because this is what I would do anyway if I was wearing foundation. If I feel like I need a little extra support for my oily skin, I would set it. Do I think those finish is really pretty? Yes, I do. I think naturally it gives me a pretty finish, but I know my skin and I know that I have to set it so that I can have a few extra hours where I feel like I get more so of like that soft matte finish. I also like to test it out with my powders to see if it'll look cakey, what type of finish it will deliver with the products that I would typically use on a regular basis. So far it's looking nice with the powders, I have to say. Very pretty. Doesn't look super intense or anything. So that's good. You can see. I do want to touch if it's sticky. It is a little sticky. It's okay though. Not the biggest fan of the stickiness, but we'll work through it. So, like I said again, right now it is 8:22 in the morning, and I am going to carry on for the rest of the day. I'll do an in natural lighting clip so you guys can see how this looks up close, in natural, con la luz natural, and then you'll see me at the very end of the day for my final thoughts on this foundation. So stay tuned, bonitas, porque I'm going to be giving you guys the tea, okay? I'm gonna give you the real tea on this foundation and how it is looking, how it does, if it's worth your cash or not, because we already discussed it's not the cheapest, but if it's something that's worth your cash, I like. Now, I do quickly want to speak on the like blurring and smoothing. I definitely do feel like it gives a very, very pretty blurred out effect, smooth out effect. Especially since I didn't really go in with any type of primer, like I'm just using this foundation and skincare underneath of it. I do feel like it did a really nice job of not enhancing my texture, which I do have texture. It also doesn't make my pores look huge like some foundations can do. I feel like with this, I get a really pretty, just smooth finish, and I definitely like that. I definitely do feel like for those claims, it's speaking true as of right now. Again, things could change, but right now I like how it does, and we're gonna see how it wears, especially right now in this summer heat. So vamos a ver, bonitas. Here is the foundation in Luz Natural. Right now it is 9:22 a.m. This is what we're looking like. It looks really nice. Definitely gives a pretty healthy soft matte finish. Now, like I said, I did powder earlier today when we were on camera, but I mean, it's looking good, and I think this color is actually like a perfect match. So benefit, eso me gusta, because some of these other neutrals that I've been trying are too warm or too orange, but this is looking good. Definitely didn't oxidize or, you know, change. I feel like it looks perfect. So I'm gonna carry on with the rest of my day. I'll see you later for maybe another check-in and final thoughts, so stay tuned for that. But so far, so good. Okay, bonitas, I am back. Right now it is 11:10 p.m. We've worn this foundation for the entire day. Okay, the entire day I've had this on. This is what we're looking like. Definitely did pick up some dew by the end of the day. You can see we are looking dewy. So if you're wearing it this long and you have skin like me, you're definitely going to want to touch it up. But all in all, I like that fact that it's still really nice and in place. The skin still looks really pretty, even though it is dewy. If you're looking for it to stay matte from morning till night, that's not gonna happen. If you do have skin that's similar to me, it just really depends on what you're looking for. I would say if you want something that feels like skin, that gives a soft, healthy matte finish, I think you'll enjoy this. I think this will definitely not be like that matte foundation for people that have very, very oily skin. I wish it wasn't so expensive. Like, I don't know what are happening with these prices. Like, everything's going up, and it's like, that's a lot of money. If you're really eyeing this and you want something that looks like this, I would recommend it. But if you're kind of on the fence, there's great products at the drugstore. Lots of new matte and oily skin friendly products. But I do have to say it is a pretty foundation. Like, minus the fact that we are looking dewy right now, it is a pretty foundation. It laid very, very pretty and wore on the face all over for the entire day, which is great. So I'm gonna go ahead and go Bonitas. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. Please let me know down below in the comment section what your thoughts are on this foundation. Is it something you're gonna check out? Is it something you're not gonna check out? Let me know. Let's go ahead and chat. I love interacting with you guys, getting you guys' opinions. So let's go ahead and just talk about what our thoughts are. So this is what we're looking like, and I will see you very, very soon for a brand new video. Adios, bonitas.